One-year-old Paige Bohne is in custody tonight, charged with killing her 2-year-old daughter. Her mother and father say they're shocked and want to know what happened to their granddaughter.
Emergency responders were called to the Memory Lane Mobile Home Park in Sturgis, Michigan. What they found when they arrived stopped them cold. Inside a trailer, 2-year-old Octavia lay unresponsive on a couch. No sign of a struggle at the door. No stranger involved. Responders pronounced her dead at the scene. Her mother, 21-year-old Paige Bohne, was right there, and she had a story ready. She told detectives it had been a completely normal morning. Octavia woke up early, watched television, and eventually drifted back to sleep on the couch. Paige said she showered, ate, and stepped outside the porch. She said her daughter always slept on her stomach. She said she checked on her. She said she had absolutely no idea that anything had gone wrong. The medical examiner's report said otherwise. Octavia had not died in her sleep. The cause of death was suffocation. Toxicology also revealed a large amount of melatonin in the child's system, nearly 3 times the peak dose for an adult. And then there was a physical evidence inside that trailer that detectives could not walk past a dent in the drywall, roughly the size of a child's head, with hair embedded in it. Detectives sat Paige down, and they let her talk. Then they started asking questions she had no good answers for. What came out of that interrogation room, in Paige's own words, is exactly what you are about to hear. Where are you watching from today? Drop your city, state, or country in the comments right now and stay with us, because this case is only getting started.
One-year-old Paige Bohne is in custody tonight, charged with killing her 2-year-old daughter. Her mother and father say they're shocked and want to know what happened to their granddaughter. Tonight, News Channel 3's Autumn Pitcher is joining us live from the mobile home park in Sturgis, where this happened. Autumn.
Yeah, Sandy, the parents are in disbelief tonight. Not only are they heartbroken, they lost their own granddaughter, but also the fact that their own daughter is behind bars. They feel like they have more questions than answers tonight. Poland residents Charles and Susan Bohne feel like their world has been turned upside down.
It's like waking up in a nightmare. You just wish you could wake up and not be there.
Their daughter, 21-year-old Paige Bohne, charged with open murder last week after her 2-year-old daughter, Octavia, was found dead at Memory Lane Trailer Park where they lived. The parents in shock and disbelief.
We've never seen her. She's never laid a hand on either one of her kids, ever.
Detective Sergeant Jason Otten with St. Joseph County Sheriff's Office tells me Paige was the one that made the 911 call.
She seemed concerned. Obviously, her 2-year-old daughter was not awake.
But it was later apparent to deputies on scene there was foul play, taking Paige into custody where she remains without bond.
It's hard, really hard for both of us. Me and my daughter, we've always been really close.
And it's left a hole in their hearts as they look back at memories with Octavia.
She was a happy baby, all constantly. She woke up happy, went to bed happy.
I just want to know what happened to her. That's all that matters right now.
Just want answers.
Now, Octavia's cause of death is not being revealed at this time. Investigators tell me they're still looking at pieces of evidence that were collected from the scene, and that includes cell phones. Live in Sturgis, Autumn Pitcher, News Channel 3.
I would never do anything to purposely hurt my daughter.
And I know that. Only monsters would do it on purpose.
I would never do anything to her. I laid her down, covered her up, went out there and checked on her like I always do.
Central County 911, where is your emergency?
Hello, my daughter's not breathing.
Can you feel or hear any breathing at all? I need you to do this for me, okay? Is the officer there with you?
There's an officer here now. Last night for dinner we had like this chicken and noodle stuff. I don't know what the name of it is. And then she ate her dinner, or we all ate our dinner, and then we sat down, we watched a movie, put her to sleep at about 9:30, 10 o'clock. That's what time she usually lays down. And then me and my boyfriend laid down and watched a movie. We went to sleep. Around 5 o'clock this morning, she woke up. She was doing her little crying stuff like she usually does when she wakes up. And then I woke her up, got her up, not woke her up, changed her butt, and then I laid her back down, but she didn't go back to sleep until about 9:30, 10 o'clock. And then I made something to eat, took a little shower, and then I sat on the front porch too. And then when I was going to the bathroom, that's when my uncle came and got me.
Okay. Well, tell me about that.
About what?
About when? Yeah, when he came and got you.
Oh, he hollered my name, and then my cousin came back. She knocked on the door. I was using the toilet, so I hurried up and got off the toilet and ran out there to see what was the matter.
And what was the matter?
She wasn't breathing.
And how does she typically sleep? Like, what's her favorite position to sleep in?
She usually likes to sleep on her stomach. That's just always been her thing, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. And then where do you sleep at?
Me and my boyfriend have an air mattress we blew up, and we lay it right by the couch.
Okay. All right. Okay. And then you said she's watching Bluey.
Yeah.
For how long?
For, I don't know, from 5 till she fell asleep.
Okay. Which was, what time was that?
5 o'clock when she woke up, and about 9:30, 10 o'clock when she went back to sleep.
Okay. All right. And then what did you do? You said you made something to eat?
Yeah, I made something to eat, took a shower, just sat on the front porch for a minute, and then I went back in to use the bathroom, and that's when my uncle came and got me.
Okay. Any medications in the house?
No.
Nothing?
She takes melatonin to help her sleep, but she only gets 2 at night.
Okay. And she didn't have any today?
No, she didn't.
No? Who usually gives that to her?
Me.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
And where do you get the melatonin from?
From the store.
Okay. Is it like a child melatonin, or okay? And it usually works for her pretty good.
Yeah, because she likes to fight her sleep, so.
Does she?
Yeah, all the time.
Has that been something that she's always done, or is that just because of the terrible twos?
That's always been a her thing.
Yeah.
So I know in situations like this, right, this is a very tragic event, lots of stress, lots of emotions, lots of things going through your mind. The biggest thing that can hinder an investigation and us finding out what happened to you is when someone doesn't tell us everything that happened. Or they try and say, tell us something that they think we want to hear. So we've done other interviews today already. Okay. And some of the things in the other interviews for people who were at the trailer aren't lining up with what you're telling me.
What do you mean?
What I mean is, we've talked to, right, who was in and out.
Yeah.
So we went through his timeline with him numerous times. Timeline does not match your timeline. Chris was about watching video while you went and took a shower. Say anything about doing laundry.
I told him I was taking a shower. I told her she's still sleeping. Can you keep an eye on her for a minute while I hop in the quick shower?
Okay.
And he did.
He didn't mention that to us at all. Are you sure that was this morning?
Yes, that was this morning.
Why do you think he wouldn't tell us that?
I don't know. He was sitting on his bed in his bedroom when I stepped in and I said, she's still sleeping, can you watch her for a second just while I take a shower? And he said, yeah, that's fine, go ahead.
Yeah, that didn't come up when we were talking with him. Do you find him to be a reliable person?
Sometimes.
What do you mean sometimes?
I don't know, just like family drama in the past.
Like what?
Just, I don't know, lies and accusations, all types of stuff.
Against you or other family members?
No, other family members.
Okay.
Like them just not getting along.
So don't know why tell us about you going to take a shower and him doing laundry. Okay. It us that you were laying on the air mattress every time he came in and out of the trailer?
No.
No.
The first couple times maybe, after I had gotten her back to sleep, but after that I got up and I got around for the day and cleaned up, took a shower, did what I did.
Okay. And you're saying he was up and moving around and you were interacting with him and talking to him?
Yeah, we were talking all morning after I had gotten up out of bed.
Okay. So I guess what we need to figure out is who is not telling us an accurate story. Is it you or is it a combination of maybe the two of you are misremembering things a little bit?
I said everything that happened.
Kids just don't die,
Obviously.
right? And you've said yourself that she slept on that couch for a week and a half
Yeah.
in the same position. Didn't die. So what is different now? What
I
happened?
don't know. That's what we're all trying to figure out.
Right. And we need people to be honest about it. Because
Which
when we
I
find
am.
out what happened to her, when she has an autopsy tomorrow morning, and we find whatever the pathologist is going to find, and you're going to tell us that nothing happened, it's going to be a different story.
I'm not saying anything didn't happen. I'm saying we're trying to figure out what happened to
Right.
her.
So what did happen?
I laid her down for her nap. I said I think because she likes to sleep on her stomach, she could have tucked her head in at some point.
Was there a pillow there?
No, just her blanket. But she likes to sleep with her face in the couch sometimes, so she could have done that.
Okay. So do you think she suffocated?
That's the only thing I can think of.
Did you suffocate her?
No,
I have to ask.
I wouldn't do that to my kid. I love that little girl.
Then why would you hurt her?
I didn't hurt her.
Someone hurt her.
I
Someone-
did not hurt my daughter, and you're not going to sit here and tell me I did.
Then why are there so many inconsistencies from your story to recollection of this very same
I'm
morning?
telling you everything that happened, sir.
So the picture that you drew over here was Detective Sergeant Otten. You said that this is the blanket line here?
Yeah.
Okay. Is this how she was when you checked on her?
Yeah.
When you put your hand on her back?
Yes.
Okay. You sure it was there?
Yes.
It wasn't over her head?
No, it was right here.
Okay. And when you went in and checked on her and found her unresponsive, where was it at?
My uncle had taken it off her, so it was off.
Okay. So when your uncle found her or checked on her, where was the blanket at?
It was down here at the other end.
No, not once he took it off. When he went and to actually check on
It
her.
was still right here.
Okay, because he said it was completely covering her head.
No, it was right here. And her shoulders and her head were both poking out. She was laying there.
Completely opposite of what said.
Why would I? She didn't have her head covered.
He said that's how she likes to sleep. He said he sees her like that
Not how she was
frequently.
sleeping.
He said he saw her like that
Her
multiple
shoulders and
times
head
this
were
morning.
both out.
He told us every time he saw her, her entire body was covered up.
And I'm telling you,
Do you think she covered herself up?
she could have.
Did she?
Obviously. She
Obviously
what?
what?
Did she what?
Did she cover herself up?
No. When I came back out, it was still right here. When I went to get in the shower, it was right there.
The detective shifts tactics. He starts asking questions that attack her character, calling into question whether Bohne was actually a good mother.
Are you a good mother?
Yeah, I am.
You take care of your daughter?
I do.
So she never goes to friends' houses with
No,
terrible
she
diaper
don't.
rash. And if someone told me that, would they be telling me a lie?
Terrible diaper rashes. The only person she goes to is her aunt, and that's not very often.
Aunt who?
Her Aunt Tabitha.
Okay. So Tabitha's never talked to you about her terrible diaper rash or getting her cream or...
Oh, she's had a diaper rash once, yeah, because when I lived at my parents' house, they would give her milk, and they know she's lactose intolerant, so that's why her ass broke out.
Okay. And how many times would you think that would be? Estimate.
Well, it happened quite a few times because my parents don't listen to me.
So why would you take your daughter back to your parents' house and if
Because
they don't
I
listen
had
to
to
you?
live there. What am I supposed to do, live on the street? No.
So if you're living at your parents' house and you have there, why would she be at her aunt's house?
Because her aunt comes to pick her up so she can visit her.
So if her aunt told us that every time she picked her up, she had a terrible diaper rash, would she be lying?
She didn't have a terrible diaper rash every time she picked her up. That only happened a couple times. Because of what I just said, she can't drink milk.
So she's lactose intolerant.
Yes.
So because we interviewed Tabitha.
Okay.
And she told us that every time she picked her up, she had a terrible diaper rash.
No, she didn't.
She said she talked to you about it multiple times. She has pictures of it.
And I took care of it multiple times. She has butt cream and everything. The last time that happened was when I lived at my parents' house. She doesn't get milk anymore. There's nobody to give it to her.
See, Paige, a lot of these things aren't adding up. That's the problem. You're getting a completely different story from your friends and family than from you. If it was off a little bit, I get that, right? But it is completely different, and that doesn't happen. So that means we have a problem. So if there's some things that you want to go back and readdress with us, we're more than happy to listen. That's what we're here for. But we need you to tell us.
I've told you from the end to the beginning.
And then the detective poses a direct question. Does Paige think that this was an accident? He makes it clear, one way or another, they are going to find out exactly how Octavia died.
I think it was an accident.
What was an accident?
What happened today?
I didn't hurt her. Why would I wouldn't do that.
Not on purpose.
I didn't hurt her.
Did you give her a little bit too much melatonin?
No, she only gets 2 every night.
But if she woke up today and you wanted her to go back to sleep,
I didn't give her any.
and she wouldn't, she said no.
I didn't give her any melatonin today.
Because part of the autopsy is toxicology.
I understand.
Right? And they're gonna find out what's in her stomach, and I mean they're gonna find out what happened.
I know.
Okay. Whether it was an overdose, whether she suffocated, if she was shaken to death, strangled, whatever happened to her, we're gonna find out.
I understand
Okay?
that.
And you want us to, right? You want us to find out what happened.
Of course, I want to know.
Okay? So when we find out what happened to her, and all the questions that we have are going to be answered from that, and we're asking you right now those same questions that you can't answer, or you won't answer.
All the questions.
Not really. You're giving us an answer, but it's not the right one. It's not the truth.
It is the truth.
There's a lot of weight right now. I can see it. Okay? You've lost your daughter. What happened wasn't intentional.
Obviously not.
Okay? Well, it's not obvious.
It is.
If it was obvious, we wouldn't be talking.
Parents, they get frustrated with their kids.
Everybody does.
Right? You've got a 4-year-old, you know. Okay? But sometimes it gets a little too hard. Right? And parents do things that they aren't thinking about at the time. And they can't help it. It happens, and afterwards it's too late. Okay? I think that happened today.
All I did was lay her down for her nap and cover her up like I always do.
Right. But you laid her down in a certain way that killed her.
How?
That's what we're asking you.
She sleeps on her stomach every night.
Right, but she hasn't died the other nights.
That's why we're trying to figure out what happened.
Right. So you were the last person to put her to sleep.
Obviously, I'm her mother.
Right. So
I laid her down, covered her up, she went to sleep.
She then makes a key admission, not to hurting her daughter, but to the fact that something about that morning was different. She acknowledges the blanket was over Octavia's head and admits this time wasn't exactly like all of the others.
So tell me about when you put her down.
I then would lay her down and cover her up like I usually do.
Did you use the blanket to smother her?
No, I would not do that.
Did you cover her nose and her mouth?
No.
Did you push her head into the cushion?
No, I wouldn't do that.
No. But it can happen.
I did not do that.
Then what happened?
I told you all I did was lay her down and cover her up like I usually do.
But there was something different this time. There was something that was a little different this time. That was different from all the other times that you've done that with her. Am I right?
I guess so, because something happened.
Right. And that's what I'm trying to figure out.
I understand.
Right? You didn't do whatever happened. You didn't do it on purpose.
Never.
Never. She was your baby girl. Okay? You would never do it on purpose. Okay? But something was different this time, for whatever reason, and that caused her little heart to stop beating. Okay? Whatever that little thing was is what we're trying to figure out. It's nothing you did on purpose. Accidents happen. You know that. So tell me what was different this time.
I told you I laid her down and I covered her up like I usually do. I checked on her like I always do. A couple of times when I checked on her. Sometimes she'll pull the blanket over her head, but whenever I checked on her, I always pull it back off.
Okay. And how many times did you check on her today when the blanket was over her head?
Several times.
Several times. Okay. And that was already after you laid her down.
After it? What do you mean?
Like you said that you had laid her down.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And then she wouldn't go to sleep right away. And you had put the blanket, right, kind of like over her shoulders.
Yeah.
Right? And then at some point the blanket came over her head.
Yeah, because sometimes she'll just rub it over her face because she doesn't like the light in her eyes, and it was obviously daylight out, so the light was bothering her.
Gotcha. Okay. Do you think the blanket suffocated her?
That's what I'm thinking happened.
Yeah? Did you put the blanket over her like that?
No, I didn't, sir.
Can you look at me and tell me that?
No, I didn't.
You didn't do it on purpose.
Never.
Was here right now, and she could talk like we were talking, and I asked her what happened. What would she say?
The same thing that I said.
She would say that Mommy put me to sleep.
Yes.
But it was a little different this time.
It wasn't different.
But you said it was a little different this time, and I asked you what was different this time about it.
Oh, when she threw the blanket over her head.
Okay. So I would tell us that when Mommy laid me down,
Yeah, she was always throwing the blanket over her head. She didn't like the light in her face.
Okay. I know that it was an accident. And I also know that when we find out what happened to her, there's not going to be any more chances for you to tell us the story.
I told you what happened.
I know that's what you're telling us, okay? But what you're telling us and what we're going to find out the truth is, and if those things aren't going to match up, that's not good.
The detective appeals to her further as a mother, trying to get her to open up more about what really happened.
You're almost there. That little bit that you just told me, I could see it in your eyes that it made you feel just a little bit better. Okay. But there's still some things in there that you need to tell. I believe it was the blanket, right? And she was fighting you because she didn't want to go to sleep. Again, you didn't mean to do it. So Paige, again, if she was here right now, what would she say happened?
I covered her head up to go to sleep.
Okay. And would she say, I was fighting Mommy because I didn't want to go to sleep?
Yeah, that's
okay.
what she did.
And Mommy, what else did Mommy do?
Nothing.
Okay.
I mean, I smacked her on the butt a couple times, not like hard, just to her, enough to where she could feel it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And know it was time to chill out.
Okay. Thank you. Right. See that spanking we asked earlier about if you did, and you said no.
I know, I don't know.
So these things that we're telling you that we know happened, and you don't want to tell us because you're scared, you're in pain, but you can't start to heal until you help us figure out what exactly happened. I think we can all agree at this point that you didn't do this intentionally, right? I can see it right now. Okay, it's horrible that it happened. Horrible. There's nothing that we can do to bring her back. Okay? But there's a way that we can help her memory of that little angel. Because we can't let her down like that. Okay? Don't let her down.
She should still be here.
She should be. Do you want to help her now?
What?
Do you want to help her now?
Of course.
Then it's time to be honest. About everything. No more half-truths. No more forgetting. That's how you help her. That's how you help you. Get that guilt
Never
out of you.
wanted it to happen.
No, you didn't. But it happened. But we have to get that guilt out of you. You didn't do it on purpose.
I did hold her down for a minute just so she would stay still. But it wasn't for very long. I just wanted her to go to sleep.
Do you feel a little better? Ophelia right saying thank you. She knows that you didn't try to hurt her. She knows you wouldn't do that on purpose. Paige, was that all that happened? We're being honest now, right?
Yes.
There's no more lies
no,
and different things.
No.
Good. So are you really ready to tell me what, like the real story now?
Yeah.
Okay. Like from the beginning.
I mean, she woke up and laid there and watched her TV for a little bit, and then when she started crying, I just made her lay down and held her there for a second, and I thought it would be fine. like demonstrate with my own self. Like, I held her like right here and like right here.
Okay.
Just so she would lay down and stop moving so she would go to sleep.
So if, obviously this is not her size, but if this was her back and her head is here, show me what you're talking about.
Her head here?
Yeah.
Okay, so like right like this.
Okay. So you were just basically like, this is her neck and her upper back?
Yeah, just like holding her down.
Just holding her down?
So she would go to sleep.
Okay. And then...
Because she likes to kick around and stuff when she's going to sleep, and I don't want her to kick herself off the damn couch.
Sure. Okay. And do you think that it was about a minute that you held her like that?
Yeah, not even that.
Okay. And what was happening at that time that you were doing that to her?
She would just start crying like she always does.
And then at what point did she stop crying?
It was like not long before I let go. Maybe like 5 or 10 seconds.
5 or 10 seconds.
I thought she had just went to sleep.
Did you try to wake her up?
No, because I thought she was just sleeping.
Okay. At what point did you know something was wrong?
When my uncle called me out there and it seemed she was purple.
Okay. When you were holding her down, did you feel anything?
No.
Anything break or pop or?
No.
No? Thank you for being honest.
You're welcome.
It helps me in order to understand, right? So I can help you. This is... You're only, what, 21?
But here's the thing. Even after admitting to holding her down, Paige insists she thought her daughter was still breathing. She didn't actually check. She just assumed.
Okay. And when you said that you checked on Leah, and you said that you saw her breathing.
Yes. She was warm. Everything was fine.
She was warm, but
Nothing.
did she didn't make any noises?
No, so I thought she was just asleep. She usually doesn't make a peep when she's asleep.
Okay. But when we asked if you saw her breathing, like her chest or her back rising up and down, did you see that?
Well, the blanket was over her, but I thought I did. It looked like it was moving.
Okay. But you earlier when we asked you and you said, yep, I saw it, now you're saying, I didn't see it. I thought I did, but the blanket was on her,
Yeah,
so you couldn't say for
over
sure.
her.
Okay. And then it wasn't until after your uncle came home with your cousin that he checked on her, on Olivia, and saw that something wasn't right.
When I was using the bathroom.
Okay. And then what did he do next?
He got on the phone and he called my Aunt Tiffany, and then he told my cousin to come back and get me.
Okay. And then what did you do?
I ran out there immediately.
Okay. Did you do anything else?
Oh, I just ran straight out there.
Who called 911?
I did.
So that's just one thing. Like, I knew you did, but when I asked you if there's anything else that you did, so that's one thing. Maybe you forgot, but so that's what I have to make sure that when we're telling the truth, right, like we are, that there's not things that you are forgetting about or not telling me.
I understand.
Okay, so everything that you've said so far at this point, after we're being honest, is the truth.
Yes, sir.
Okay. No way did you ever want to do this to her?
No.
Never. Okay. All right.
Paige, I'm proud of you for telling us the truth.
I'm sorry. I'm scared.
We understand that.
And I didn't mean to be mean. Like I said, I was freaking out.
All right, Ms. Paige. So, there is some questions that I have, okay?
Okay.
And again, we're still being honest, right?
Right.
And this is the only way that this works is if we're honest, because we don't want to hide things anymore. Okay. There's more that happened than what you told me. Okay. Because I just got off the phone with some of my evidence technicians at the house. Okay. And they told me about some things that I'm very concerned about. Things that you forgot maybe to tell me about, maybe that happened to you.
What do you mean?
Like, did you throw her?
No, I would never throw her.
Did you push her?
No, I didn't push her.
All right. Well, there's something that happened to her that caused a dent in drywall that has her hair in it.
What?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
That. I'm talking about that.
What do you mean drywall?
Like whatever this wall is made of, whatever the wall that you have in that trailer, there's a dent from a child's head with her hair still in the dent. Her face is bruised.
I didn't hit her on no wall.
Then tell me what happened.
I did tell you.
Then how do you explain that?
I did not hit her face on a wall.
Did she hit it herself?
She could have. She had fallen off the couch that morning. Like I said, she's always rolling off.
So she did fall off the couch that morning?
Yeah, she fell off the couch.
Okay. What end of the couch?
She like rolled off the side.
Okay, so we go back to our picture. This is the couch, right? And this is true too, right?
Yeah, of course.
You didn't lie about this?
No.
Okay. So this is the couch, this is the TV. What end of the couch did she fall off at?
Right here, where she was sleeping, she rolled off right here.
So she just rolled off here?
Yeah.
Okay. And you're telling me, again,
Yes,
that you got up and what?
Checked on her after she had fallen off, obviously.
Well, it's not obviously because I wasn't there.
Couch previously.
Okay.
Paige, this is what you want to avoid, is you want to avoid having a pathologist say this is what they believe happened. Because when they usually do that, it is a terrible sequence of events and a terrible occurrence that looks very, very bad. So if there's some type of accident, whether you slipped, you were going towards her, accidentally pushed her into the wall, she jumped into the wall, she was trying to get away from you, something along those lines, somehow her head met that wall and her hair came off her head and stuck on the wall.
Nothing happened with the wall.
Has she fallen into the wall at some point?
No,
off of the couch?
She fell off the couch this morning.
But not the wall side?
No, the floor.
Okay. This is your chance to continue to be honest with us and continue to tell us.
Honest.
Because once we get done talking here, that time will have passed.
I'm being honest, I'm telling you.
Right, but that's what you told us at the beginning of this interview, and we found that wasn't actually what was happening.
I told you what happened. I held her down to get her to go back to bed.
Right, but now we've found further things, so now we have to explain those.
There was no wall. There was no involvement with a wall.
What about the TV stand?
Not the TV stand either. Okay. The TV stand's not even by that couch.
Okay. Aside from the floor that she fell onto from the couch, was there any other physical contact that you had with Leah that would have caused her to get hurt?
She wasn't even near a wall.
Forget about the wall, right? I'm asking if there's any point that you grabbed a hold of her and did something other than what you've already talked about.
No. I wouldn't do that.
Not on purpose?
I didn't do it at all. I just held her down so she would go to sleep.
Okay, do you have any history of substance abuse?
No.
If you do a drug screen, will there be any substance?
Marijuana probably, but other than that, nothing else.
Just marijuana?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And then history of domestic violence with anyone?
No.
Okay. History of mental health diagnoses?
No.
No mental health diagnoses? Okay. Any criminal history? So that's just going to go over the top. That's not going to put enough stress. What time do you think you smoked?
I'm thinking like 10:30.
10:30?
Yeah, somewhere around
there. Okay. Where were you outside where you smoked it?
I was on the porch.
Okay. And your daughter was inside? Okay.
This is Sergeant Brooks. Okay. He's going to be taking you to the hospital to get a blood draw. We have a search warrant to get your blood. Okay. I'm going to tell you right now that you're under arrest for the murder of your daughter.
I didn't murder her.
By the time detectives were done walking Paige Bohne through her own account of that morning, her story had collapsed entirely. She admitted that during Octavia's nap, she held her daughter down. Her hands were on the child's neck and upper back. She pressed Octavia's face into the couch cushion so the child would stop moving and go to sleep. She acknowledged that Octavia cried during this, and then the crying stopped. Paige said she believed her daughter had simply fallen asleep, and she walked away without confirming whether Octavia was still breathing. She never checked for chest movement. Octavia was 2 years old. Family members, including an aunt, had already been raising concerns long before that morning. Photos of chronic, severe diaper rashes had been documented. Those images were brought directly into the interrogation room and placed in front of Paige. While she sat in that room, Child Protective Services also arrived at the trailer to take custody of her 4-year-old son. After the interrogation concluded, detectives served a warrant for Paige's blood and placed her under arrest for her daughter's murder. She later pleaded no contest to child abuse and assault by strangulation or suffocation. A Michigan judge sentenced her to 19 to 45 years in prison. A no contest plea meant no trial, no full account given in open court. For the family members who had watched and documented Octavia's suffering, that reality carried its own weight alongside the grief. Octavia deserved to grow up. She was 2 years old, and she never got the chance. If this case stayed with you, share this video and subscribe to True Crime Tower so you never miss a story. And tell us in the comments, do you believe 19 to 45 years was justice for Octavia, or should the sentence have gone further? We read every single comment. We will see you in the next one.